because of a horrific car accident. His wife and daughter were both rushed into the ICU. The doctor told him that both of them were in critical condition, and their chances of survival were incredibly slim. The very first words out of her mouth made Jack instantly freeze in his tracks. "It's me, I'm your wife, Anna." At first, Jack just thought his daughter was still delirious after barely escaping death, so he dismissed those ridiculous words. But when she woke up the next day, she said the exact same thing, and her story got more and more specific, from the scene of their very first meeting, to the private, intimate details that only the husband and wife knew. Jack suddenly felt a cold shiver run down his spine. He tried to tell himself it was impossible. He chatted with the teacher about his daughter's academic progress, and then the two of them sat down on a park bench. The teacher was young and gentle, with a soft expression when she spoke, and the way she looked at him carried a different kind of vibe. It wasn't that Jack didn't feel a spark. That tiny bit of attraction was like a fish in the water, poking its head out briefly before sinking right back down. He still suppressed those thoughts deep in their full campus life. Jack's days became increasingly monotonous and dull. He would often space out at home by himself, weathering one boring weekend after another all alone. Whenever women on the outside tried to make a move on him, he would firmly turn them down. But coming home from work every day, he could only endure the crushing loneliness in a cold, quiet house. Jack kept, "Don't forget, you are my wife." After that, Jack installed a wiretap on the house phone. That night, he overheard Anna agreeing to a date with the upperclassman. The guy on the phone wanted to meet up with Anna, and was planning to confess his love to her face to face. The next day, Jack didn't stop Anna from heading out, but in his heart, he had already decided to sabotage the date. He quietly followed Anna to the date spot, and stepped in as a father to put an end to their dynamic. Once they got back home, for his wife's sake, he had given up the gentle, pretty teacher, and turned down the advances of a female co-worker. He guarded his baseline, suppressed his own desires, and at the same time, he expected Anna not to do anything to betray him. He wouldn't allow Anna to cheat on him, nor would he let her get tangled up with another man. But looking at it from Anna's perspective, what other choice did she have? She was occupying her daughter's body. She had to live on as their daughter. Afterward, Jack went out to drink his sorrows away all by himself until late into the night. His mind was completely consumed by what to do moving forward. When he pushed open the door and got back home, he found that Anna seemed like a completely different person. It was like that vicious fight from the afternoon had never even happened. Wearing a lace nightgown, she slipped right into Jack's bed. Jack knew exactly what Anna wanted to do. She wanted to use this method to patch up the cracks that had formed between them. But looking at his daughter's face, Jack simply couldn't cross that line in his heart. Even knowing his wife's soul was inside, it still filled him with pure guilt. It wasn't until his commute home from work one day that Jack ran into an unexpected person. It was Lee, the son of the bus driver from the car accident years ago. The two of them had a brief chat, and that's when Jack learned Lee wasn't actually the driver's biological son. The driver had known the truth all along, but he had never mistreated the mother and son. Later, Lee's mother fell ill. Exhaustion kept piling up, until that fateful morning when the steering wheel slipped, and the bus went straight off a cliff. Lee spoke with a completely calm tone, as if he were telling a story that had nothing to do with him. But listening to it, something inside Jack's heart slowly let go. He suddenly understood one thing: that driver had worked himself to death, just trying to give his family a slightly better life. In the end, the man was gone and the family fell apart, but the intention was completely pure. They didn't have much time left. During those final days, Jack completely put his work on hold, staying by Anna's side every single second. During the day, she was the daughter, a vibrant teenage girl, chirping away to him about school drama, and occasionally recording a clip for the camera, saying it was to show her mom how she looked now. When night fell, the daughter would fall asleep and the wife would wake up, and the two of them would chat casually just like the old days. The mother and daughter shared one body, relying on a journal to leave notes for each other, using this method to get through every single day before the final goodbye. But Jack slowly noticed that the daughter was staying awake for longer and longer stretches. Recalling the research he had read before, he knew his wife's soul would completely vanish sooner or later, until finally, this day came when Jack and Anna arrived at that familiar beach, the exact spot where they went on their very first date when they were young. The ocean breeze blew in with a faint, salty scent, and Anna knew this was their final meeting. As the sunset painted the ocean surface a brilliant orange, she reached out and gently stroked Jack's jawline. That movement was incredibly soft and slow, like tracing an old keepsake she would never see again. Then, she rested her head on Jack's shoulder and closed her eyes. From that moment on, Anna never woke up again. Years flashed by in the blink of an eye, and his daughter was getting married. At the wedding, Jack handed his daughter's hand over to the groom, who turned out to be Lee, who had later opened a ramen shop. After the wedding ceremony ended, his daughter tracked Jack down. She thanked her father for raising her, and thanked him for everything he had sacrificed for her over all these years. At all. But his wife turned out, from the very beginning to the bitter end, their daughter's soul had never actually returned. Turned out, his daughter's awakening years ago was nothing but an illusion and a lie faked by his wife. At the very end of the story, Lee tracked them down. Jack said to Lee, "I want to punch you twice. One punch for in exchange for Anna's freedom and release."
おめでとう。